We didn't really have a chance to mention it, but while we have a second now, I'll point out the builds. You see Ursine, Guelph, and Z going with the classic strength HP build, so getting bonuses to that. Keeglis going with the agility MP, so an interesting little divergence there. And we're off. We're going to see what's in our treasure chest this time. Gold, more gold, and
even
more
more
gold.
gold.
Hooray, gold. Arguably the least useful thing in these flags, but we'll see. I mean, we might have like a cheap silver shield close by now that I've said that. But we'll also get the 4 treasure chests down there. And just like before, you're going to see our runners do the same thing where they're going back in the throne room so they can initiate that chest glitch in case we get yet another seed with a curse belt.
We got a fighter's ring. We have a set of wings. We have... Well, it says bamboo pole, but it's actually, oh my gosh, it's a curse belt.
Oh, and the fairy flute is in there too. So grab yourselves a fairy flute, more curse belts. Well, we got double curse princesses tonight because that's the route that everybody's going to take here, I'm sure. We're going to see we're going to see our runners grind that curse belt. You see Z resetting so he can set up that curse belt grind. You see Guelph in the middle of it, Keeglis in the middle of it, Ursine going for more curse belts as well. So once again, let's find Swamp Cave. Maybe it's underneath the castle. Let's find Swamp Cave. Let's get the princess, take her home. And let's win with Cursed Princess.
Yes, Keeglis initially turning down the fairy flute, and then decided maybe I'm gonna grab it after all this time.
Yeah, now obviously that's only useful if the spike tile is actually a golem. But Keeglis seeing underneath underneath Tantago, sorry, is Mountain Cave. Mountain Cave, not especially useful. I mean, I guess you might be able to pull a sword or armor out of there, but really we want the Swamp Cave, and there was a cave just to the north of Tantago. Keeglis gonna check it out. If this is Swamp Cave, we could have a really, really quick seed. It is not.
And it's a fairy water, which is going to be subsequently let go.
Yeah, Z, Lord of the Synth pointing out, Z kind of mixing up his chest grinds a little bit, so he had to, I think, reset to set it up, but he knows it. He's on it now. He's going to have an inventory full of curse belts in just a second. So once again, the hunt is on for the Swamp Cave, and once again, we'll see how far runners want to go as far as grinding before they venture out looking for Swamp Cave. Because right now, they couldn't kill a spike tile anyway, so...
And the enemies in the entry level, not exactly ideal in terms of experience. 22 for the Drakey, 25 for the Magician.
Yeah, not ideal, but Keeglis off to a fast start with with level 5, so he's got some decent levels. Not impressive levels, though. We still see the stats. They're pretty low. I wouldn't want to take on even the weakest spike telling me with that. So he does have outside and return, though, so that's going to be really helpful. Once you get to the princess, you can just throw an outside, throw a return, and be right home. So he's glad to see that, but not ready for a spike tile yet. Well, we have a second. Lorgon asking in chat, what do you get when you cross a Magician with a Drakey? I feel like this is going to be good and bad.
Well, if you cross either one of them and they have DL2 breath, you get sent back to the castle.
Ooh, the castle's nice. Oh, of course. The Magidrakey. Oh, Keeglis has Tablet Cave, doesn't care. Guelph has Tablet Cave and does care. Maybe taking the chance that... And Ursine also seems like she cares. Yep, she's going for it. Maybe there's an armor, maybe there's a sword. We'll see.
And it's an herb.
Ooh, well, not quite what they were hoping for. At least they got the outside spell so they can get out of there quickly. Guelph with the town, and it's Remolder, so he'll get to check the shop. If he finds some really good cheap gear here, that could help with the spike tile. He'll also check the treasure chest. Once again, hoping for one of those Erdrick's items, the armor or the sword would be nice. Instead, he gets a gold.
Also of note on Kigalus and Guelph's side, level 6 garnering hurt more, or heal more rather, I should say.
All right,
Oh,
ooh, we've got an expensive flame sword, a relatively expensive magic armor, and Guelph's Pac-Man is gonna be Pac-Man's gonna have some modesty and buy some clothes, but not much in the way of help there. Heal more helps, but with 38 MP and 40 HP, nah, and 26,
nah.
any of those stats, nah. Oh, but there's another town right there that Guelph finds, and Guelph has found, oh, Breckenary. Maybe the
Oh,
shop selection will be better, though.
Breckenary. Ooh, large shield for 180 gold.
I'm glad you did that, because I would not have done that nearly as well. But yes, at least the large shield for plus 10 defense. It'll help a little bit. Oh boy, do you know what happens when you hit 1130 in chat? You get the puns. Marshu, Pac-Man's pants are a fanny pack. Well done, well done.
Puns for days.
Hey man, it's that time of night. We got quick races going. We're hunting for Swamp Cave. We need a pun or two to help us.
Z's gonna go ahead through the tablet cave and grab his herb.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take that long, especially with outside. Man, if there's a sword or armor there, you'd feel really silly just passing up on that, because those could help so much. So he's going to find his herb and be slightly disappointed, but there's the outside spell, and he's back on the hunt. Ursine, I don't know if she's seen these towns yet, but she's going to find the Remulder/Breckenary connection and be kind of disappointed in them. Z has found Sharlock, though, and he's going to make the check for the 7 treasure chests. Oh, no, the Axe Knight. Yeah, the Axe Knight doesn't want him to see what's in those treasure chests.
Axe Knight said, "None shall pass."
Meanwhile, in chat, the Amused Miniature is pulling out some sort of chemistry joke, and it's way, way too late for me to understand it. So sorry, Amused. Someone else is going to have to explain that to me. Now, I do get the Remulder Breckenary connection as a spy thriller, so I think someone should write that for sure. Ooh, Z gets our first look at the Fun Police, and they have sleep. How exciting. So, fortunately, I should be careful. I would say we don't have to deal with them, but I guess we don't know, huh?
No.
Yeah, so we've got not a lot of experience out there, as you mentioned earlier, Faran. We've got Keeglis and Z hanging out at level 7. Oh, Guelph gets there, too. Ursine at 6. We just mostly got our runners hunting around for that swamp cave and that knowledge of where to go and what they're going to have to fight. Z getting taken out by a golem. But progress kind of tough right now, and it kind of makes sense, because if you look at the level 7, and Keeglis picking up 8, it looks like. Look at the level 7, 8 stats. They're bad.
Well, they're not great.
Yeah, so it makes sense that our runners are having a tough time getting around, and there's not much experience to be had out there either. So this one looking to be a little bit more of a grind, especially. We'll see if someone can... that Druin giving 6 experience. I think Keeglis, we hadn't seen a Druin yet, maybe hoping that it would give some experience and not so much. Ursine working on a skeleton, hoping that maybe that's the magic answer. Not really.
The intrigue from Ali Gerbrap in chat, wondering if the sword or hurt more might be the way to win. I don't know. It looks like there's a lot of backloaded levels here.
Well, I hope they're backloaded, because they're not front-loaded, so... Guelph has found Sharlock as well, so he's going to do the same thing. He's going to hunt those 7 treasure chests, hoping for an armor or sword that could go a really long way, along with the heal more they already have, to maybe killing whatever happens to be on that spike tile.
Oh no. Oh, double run fail, Axe Knight. Back you go.
Yeah, the same fate as Z. That Axe Knight is really not interested in us checking out the treasury. Ursine into Brecconary does get the large shield. That's the sort of one saving grace of the Remolder Brecconary connection here. But there's not a whole lot else on offer here in these two towns, unfortunately. Keeglis exploring that swamp to the left of Tantagle. And meanwhile, oh, Z and Keeglis both have picked up level 10. And boy, the stats still look bad. So yeah, this is definitely looking like a sword slash hurt more sort of deal. And we don't even know if the spike tile can be hurt more, right? But boy, it looks like it. Guelph back into Sharlock, not deterred by that Axe Knight.
And this time gets away and is gonna check Vanilla Erdrick's sword first, and it's another cursed belt.
Why, what a lovely corset.
And did I miss a seed validation?
I was watching Guelph to see what he finds in Sharlock. He's got an Erdrick's armor.
Armor.
Yeah, so no sword, but that armor will help a lot as far as spike timing goes for sure. You see Guelph's defense shooting all the way up to 61. Chat mentioning too, Ali mentioning that Keeglis did pick up a half plate. You can see Keeglis's defense up there too. So all we need is enough defense, enough stats to get through whatever's on the spike tile. Guelph coming out and finding out the Golem's uninterested in his Erdrick's armor, but Guelph did pick up that Erdrick's armor, so he's looking pretty good for a spike tile enemy. Oh, and look at this. Guelph maybe making a play for Mountain Cave, maybe hoping to find the sword as well. He does have outside, so it won't take him that long to check Mountain Cave underneath Tantagle, and 5 chances.
There we go. Went to the instant replay, and yep, there is the searching of the spark over tile, the bridge to one single tile, and the hope is that that is where the overworld item is, but not this time around.
You know, I just want to say I get it, but also like the odds are like 1 in a billion or something, right? But man, if you're the person that checks that and finds it, oh, legendary, right? Legendary. But not tonight.
Nope.
All right, so we'll see what Guelph gets. Oh, he's got a Scorpion he'll take out of the way. But yeah, Guelph's Mountain Cave check. We'll see if it pays off another Cursed Belt. So, holy cow. As if we didn't know we were going for Cursed Princess, the C's trying to bash into our heads.
Being subtle.
Speaking of bashing into our heads, a Golem. But Guelph has the Fairy Flute. All our runners have the Fairy Flute, so... Torch, so nope, not there. Looks like Z is making the same play for Mountain Cave. So if there is a sword down here, we know the armor's not down here, but if there's a sword down here, Z will also gain it. And Z's also picked up the half plate too, so he's got a little bit of defense.
So far, a torch, some gold.
Yeah, the Mountain Cave has not paid off so far. Ooh, well, Guelph will not get a chance to finish it. And I would be surprised if he goes back to look for that last chest. So Z, if Z's able to finish this, and if there's something at the end there, this could be huge for Z. So Z finishing up these checks, and there's not a whole... Ooh, Ursine has Garanham. Speaking of checks for the sword, she's going to get 3 checks for the sword, and if Swamp's back here, that's huge for her.
Oh, we have an herb, some gold, and some more gold.
All right, so the treasure chests are empty, but the big thing is, what is this cave? Oh, she's found it. It's
There it
Swamp
is.
Cave. Meanwhile, Z did finish up Mountain Cave, just a fairy water at the end, so Guelph's missing out on nothing. I don't know if Ursine can kill whatever's on the spike tile. Maybe, if it's got some ability that's really kind. But she's certainly going to get some massive information here. She knows where she has to go. She's about to find out what needs to be killed. And so it's going to be a huge advantage for Ursine.
Oh, just able to get away.
Ooh, Armored Knight. And she goes for the preemptive stop spell, but the Armored Knight does not cast a spell. That was really good. If the Armored Knight did have a spell, if the Armored Knight was 75% anything, she might have had a shot there. But unfortunately, it looks like the Armored Knight is... Oh, wait, there's Hurt. Oh,
She's
this is...
low on resources here, and there's the attack. But at least we've gotten some information.
Oh, and that's really good information, too. The Armored Knight has Hurt. I don't think it was 75%, maybe 50% or so. But Ursine knows if she lands that stop spell and she starts throwing those hurts, she can do some pretty significant damage. And you just need to get through one of them because they have the outside and return spell. Oh, this could be big for Ursine. Let's see if she tries to grind. Let's see if she goes straight back there.
Well, Chat had said it earlier that this might be a race to hurt more, and that I think is still holding true here. As we have Z in Cole, and he finds Bupkis. And he double checks, and there's still nothing. And he searches a third time, and there's still nothing.
I mean, oh, right, because all of our quest... I was going to say, there's so many cursed belts, there has to be something there, but all of our quest items have been taken out, right? So, but yeah, I'm not sure if we even need that. Ursine was, with the Armored Knight having Hurt, Ursine was onto something there, and I wonder... That's why I kind of wonder if she's just going to go straight back there and not worry about the grinding, because she was onto a little something there, and if she can get through that Armored Knight, she's golden.
Z was combing that forest like it was a desert. He didn't find nothing.
All right, so it looks like Ursine is doing a little bit of grinding, maybe. So looking around for some stuff to kill. Gonna try this Spectre out, but yeah, she gets a few more stats. She knows everything that she needs. She's really in good shape. The rest of our runners still need to find... Now we know they need to find Garenham. They need to find Swamp Cave back in the back of Garenham.
Oh! Slept and wrecked by the Red Dragon. They are maintaining their role as the fun police.
A lot of stuff's randomized, but Red Dragons still suck. Right, Guelph into Cole, so he's going to find a big old nothing. Ursine found Charlock. If she can make it to their treasure chest, she'll have the armor, which is huge because she knows where Swamp is, and that armor will go a long way toward the Armored Knight. Obviously, she knows the Armored Knight has Hurt, but that armor will help mitigate the attacks that the Armored Knight does roughly 50% of the time. Yeah, this is definitely big. Ursine has the biggest advantage in, I want to say, exploration, having explored around and found Charlock and the Erdrick's armor and Garenham, and knows that Armored Knight is beatable. Now I wonder really if she heads right back for Garenham and tries again now with this Erdrick's armor.
Ooh. Well, the Star Wyvern helps her get out of the castle a little quicker.
Yeah, I'm sure she would have liked to make the last, I think it was 3 checks to see if the sword was also there, but she's got her armor, so, and we know the last 3 treasure chests didn't have anything of interest, so she's got her armor, which is the important part, and like I said, I wonder if she's going to make a beeline right back for Garenham and that Armored Knight.
Z-Man validating the seed. Maybe it'll turn the luck around a little bit.
So Ursine with the advantage. Oh, Guelph is into Garenham as well. And he had his Erdrick's armor from earlier, so Guelph is about to be maybe in a good spot to sneak this one out. He's got, if he lands the stop spell, if he finds the Hurt, boy, maybe. This is going to be really close between Guelph and Ursine, who both have the knowledge.
Well, I mean, Guelph just picked up the bamboo pole, so maybe that will make all the difference, he says slightly sarcastically.
Yay, bamboo pole. But, oh, Ursine getting a sneak peek at an Armored Knight. This is not the Armored Knight she wanted to take out. Guelph with the bamboo pole. We laugh about it, but the weapon doesn't really matter here because you'd have to go for hurt strats. You'd have to stop spell the Armored Knight and then get enough hurts off to kill it before you ran out of heal mores. And Guelph with, gonna take on this Magic Wyvern, of course. And we'll see if he has enough resources left. Ursine knows what she's got to do, staying at the inn, and she's backing Garanham as well. So we're going to see back-to-back attempts on this Armored Knight. We'll see if anyone can make these hurt strats work. So the Armored Knight, you're looking to do somewhere around 75 to 99 damage. They could roll anywhere between that. And with their hurt range is, what's the hurt range? Like 9 to 16? You're going to need to land a few of those hurts. And right now we only have, we'll call it 6 heal mores. You're going to have to throw a stop spell. So you're going to need, there's the stop spell landing. You're going to need some really good, a lot of hurts. And there's the first hurt on Ursine's side. And there's the first hurt going back.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking on average, you're got to throw 8, maybe 9 hurts to connect out there. So that's 16 to 18 hit points of damage, or I'm sorry, 16 to 18 MP to utilize, plus whatever you're using for heal along the way.
Got him. She got him with the hurts. Good rolls in the hurt, but also one thing I wanted to point out, really key thing there, Ursine did not break out the heal mores, just used a heal to save resources, which is really heads up because you only have 52 HP anyway. She's got Gwaelin, outside return, take her home, and I'm pretty sure Ursine's got this one in the bag here. Not only does Ursine have this one in the bag, she's going to get 5 points for the second race, but also our other 3, Z's into Garanham. Guelph knows of Garanham. She's going to have a pretty good gap here. She's going to have first place by, boy, at least a minute or 2. So that's going to be really good for her in the tiebreaker as well.
Well, okay, Ursine, yes, get out your GGs for Ursine here, who is going to take first place in the second race with an official SRL time of 22 minutes and 10 seconds. So that will give her 5 points for a total of 7.
Yeah, but look at these other runners, right? Z is in Garanham, and he's going to go see what the spike tile is, of course, but I'm not sure he's going to get through the Armored Knight right now. Keegla still has not managed to find Garanham, and Guelph is grinding, so they're still, 2 or 3 minutes away. She's looking really good for this tiebreaker for sure.
Yeah, there doesn't look to be any possibility for somebody to have a tiebreaker with Ursine. There's no way that actually, no, I stand corrected. If Guelph were to get third place, then there would be a tie with Ursine and Guelph, and then it would come down to the cumulative time tiebreaker. But if Guelph were to get second place, then Guelph would have 8 points between the 2 races and would take first place overall.
Now, one thing that Guelph did find, Guelph found Cantlin, and I think Z is in Cantlin as well. They found a broadsword there. That's pretty good. That'll help you get through that Armored Knight a little more with attacking. Although we saw Ursine Ursine went with the bamboo pole because she used the hurt strat. So there's a silver shield also for 400 gold. That's going to be useful, but again, not really necessary, but we'll see if that emboldens any of our runners to go back to Garanham and go for that Armored Knight.
And I see that Ursine has declined an interview. It is rather late. I think she's out here in the east like I am here. So that would put it approaching the midnight here. Midnight hour. To answer the question, yes. For the first race, Guelph took first place, Kigla second, Ursine third, and Z-Man fourth. So Ursine currently with 7 points between the 2 races here. The person to keep an eye on is Guelph. As long as Guelph does not finish last, then there's either a chance for first or... Well, actually, at this point, we're over the 24-minute mark, so even if Guelph took third place, Ursine would have the tiebreaker over Guelph. So, in order to get first place overall for the week in this group, Guelph would need to take second place here.
Guelph back into Cantlin, and let's see, I think he was just doing a quick refill there. And yep, Swamp Cave, he's making his attempt on the Armored Knight, so he's going to go for the game here. He's got the Broadsword, and he's got 11, so I think he's got a pretty good shot here. He also has the knowledge that that Armored Knight has hurt. He saw it last time, and oh, he kills a Magiwyvern just cause and gets a huge level 12. That Armored Knight not going to last on level 12, so I think Guelph very, very likely to finish this off here and pick up second place.
Oh, but opting to go for the hurt strat and takes a death.
Can you guys take out what I just said? You can take that on editing, right? Just take that part out that I just said. Don't worry about that. That's fine.
It's okay. We'll cut it in post.
Yeah. Do that. Yeah. Now that said, Guelph knows where Garanham is. He knows where the Armored Knight is. He still has a good shot to finish second. But yeah, if you could just cut that last thing I said out, that'd be great. Thanks.
For the record, we don't have a post-production option, so he's kind of, he's kind of up the creek without a paddle here, but don't tell him.
Look, once Guelph finishes second, it's fine. All of a sudden, I'm rooting for Pac-Man instead of Healy. It's fine, no worries. Z is finishing off those Sharlock checks. Or no, he never did those Sharlock checks, right? This is his first time in Sharlock, so he's going to get his Erdrick's armor. And again, we'll see if that emboldens him to go back to that Armored Knight, because he does have that information as well. Guelph back into Garanham, going to give the Armored Knight a second try. Also, kind of slipped by. They got 23 power on that level 12, but look at the MP, 96 MP. They have heal mores for days now. So Guelph, really good favor against this Armored Knight, and really good favor to at least not make me look that dumb. Yay.
Well, don't look now, but Kigalus is in Garanham as well, and has Hurtmore at level 13. So this will be a much simpler fight, especially with that 123 MP.
Keegla's still doing the searches. He doesn't have the armor or the sword, though. Not that he needs it, but for all he knows, you could have something like a Stone Man or a Golem, a Red Dragon, Blue Dragon sit on the Spike Tile, where those could be huge. But yeah, with the Hurtmore, when he sees the Armored Knight, he's going to be going through there. And yeah, this is going to be really close between Keeglis and Guelph, huh?
Okay, Kegalis, well, okay. Guelph takes out the Armored Knight. Meanwhile, Kegalis running into a Blue Dragon that is being problematic.
Yeah, Guelph through. He was running into a little bit of trouble with that dragon, but green dragon, but he has so many heal mores, it's not a big deal. Keeglis gonna hurt more this Armored Knight out of the way. Guelph is gonna, looks like, take second, but just barely. Keeglis is gonna be just a few seconds behind. Repel making its presence known just as Guelph goes to finish this off, and Guelph will indeed take second place. His official time, 28 minutes and 45 seconds. So again, Earthsign, well, it doesn't matter for tiebreakers, but Earthsign still, really nice run from her. She finishes with a 6-minute advantage in this one, 6.5 minutes. But Guelph with his second place is going to lock up the total points in this one. And he's going to take first overall. Keeglis coming in just behind. 21 seconds just behind, so extremely close for him in third place. And if I'm not mistaken, with total points, that means that Guelph takes first place overall, Ursine getting second place, I believe, right? And Keeglis with third?
That is correct. So yes, Guelph will get the 5 points for the week, Ursine will get 3, Kegalis will get 2, and Z-Man will get 1 point.
Yeah, tough for Z. I kind of feel for him. He didn't like lose either one of these by that much. He knows where Garanham is. He knows where the Armored Knight is, and he's not that far off. But man, with these flags, you just fall a couple minutes behind in both races. It's not even much. You fall a couple minutes behind in both races, and it's rough. But it looks like we are joined by our overall victor, Mr. Guelph. How were those? Pretty quick, huh?
Yeah, I definitely I like these flags, and I'm glad it worked out well for me. Did you guys hear me?
Oh yeah, you're there. You're
Oh,
there.
okay. Really sure. I've had issues before.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. So you seem to manage that pretty well. You had some pretty good knowledge. I guess the only thing I want to ask that it ended up being a really good play because you went through the Armored Knight really quickly. You saw that Armored Knight, and then you went back to grind. Whereas Ursine saw the Armored Knight and kind of went right back there and tried the hurt strats. Any comments about that?
I didn't think I had enough magic to take out the Armor Knight where I was. I figured one more level, hopefully get hurt more. Um, didn't get hurt more, but got enough other resources that I felt comfortable I'd be able to just slap it and heal more. Worst case scenario.
Funny you mentioned Hurtmore because Hurtmore actually showed up on level 13, and I mentioned that because Keeglis has joined us here as well, and Keeglis actually had Hurtmore on level 13, and he
Okay.
was right on your tail. That's how he got so he you were the first one of the Armored Knight, but Keeglis was able to Hurtmore the Armored Knight right out of the way, and that made for a very close finish in our second race.
Okay. Yeah, I figured it couldn't have been too far away when Ursine was already done. Uh, that you know, either hurt more or the sword was somewhere accessible to be able to get through that fight as quickly as she did.
Well, actually, she did neither. She utilized the hurt spell and healed when need be, and was able to utilize the hurt strats enough to. I mean, it was some great RNG on her part, and she finished up with 17 MP, just enough to cast outside and return, and that's what led to her 22-minute and 10-second finish.
Oh wow! Yeah, she crushed us. Seed. Both seeds were good close races. I think what first race I beat Gigalus by what about 15, 30 seconds there too, or that was a pretty close one too, wasn't it? Or maybe about a minute and a half, I think, actually.
Yeah, between Guelph and Kigalus, it was 1 minute and 23 seconds. And then between Kigalus and Ursine, it was 26 seconds.
All right, that's probably what I was thinking of, was their gap.
And then it was another 2.5 minutes between Ursine and Z-Man.
Okay.
Although I think the winner for closeness had to have been earlier in the night. The Hangry Canuck, his first race, finish time 13 minutes and 43 seconds. His second race, finish time 13 minutes and 43 seconds.
Oh wow.
Very consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thankfully I've written the numbers down because I don't know if it would have been noticed until the admins crunched the numbers a little bit later. But that was just that was we were having quite a chuckle about that.
So,
Oh, and there's the big power boost at level 12.
Yeah, Z getting that huge power boost, and he does know where Garanham is, and he does know where that Armored Knight is. So, let's see. He's gonna go back into Sharlock, but I'm pretty sure he'll be ready to go back in and kill that Armored Knight shortly, especially once he gets the armor in here in a second.
I was glad that these seeds only gave us half of everything we needed right off the start. You know, we got our belts real early, but the princess was at least not locked up in the basement.
Yeah, I was going to ask, Guelph and Keeglis, both seeds were very similar in that you had a Cursed Belt grind available right from the start, so kind of went the Cursed Princess route. Is that something that you guys were, I want to say, glad to see, or were you kind of hoping for more variety, or how'd that go?
For me, Cursed Princess is the first priority with these flags, just because it's easiest.
Same here. If the belt is there early, that's the easiest route. But when the princess is there early, but the belt isn't, then you got to look at Three's Company instead.
So you had said the armor was in Charlock? I never went in there in either seed.
I actually went in both times. It was it was the second seed. It was in there, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I had got some money in Remoldar and picked up some half plate, and that kind of helped me out for a little bit. Weapons were super, super expensive in this last seed, though. Holy jeez.
Yeah, if I hadn't found that broadsword, I had told myself on my next death I was just gonna go into mountain, do a gold, trigger a gold grind, and grind out that flame sword, even though it was 14,000.
Yeah, I certainly wasn't going to slow grind with a Remoldar chest for that much.
No.
Wow, yeah, that would have been a long ways for sure.
Oh no.
Yeah, Z kind of having a rough time of it here. There is a provision. We'll see if Z finishes that anyway because it's the last race and he knows where everything is, so he might just want to finish it anyhow. But there is a provision that fourth place cannot get anything more than 10 minutes plus third place's time. So we'll see if Z finishes this off. Like I said, he's got the information. He did get to his armor at least, so that might again prompt him to go to to go to Garanham, not Charlotte, Garanham, and finish this thing off. So we'll see.
Here comes 13, and there's the Hurtmore, and that should make things considerably easier.
Yeah, with Hurtmore, I'm sure he's going to bolt straight for, yep, there it is. Garanham's right there. He's going to Hurtmore that thing out of the way, and he will be done before that 10-minute thing kicks in.
Was there even a good grind enemy in that second seed?
I remember
Not
something
really?
about, scorpions for 100 or something, maybe. I think that was the second seed, but not really is the right answer.
Yeah, that was about the best I found, and the only reason I stayed with them is they were safe.
I didn't find them too safe because I found werewolves near them. I was grinding on trolls and goldmen south Tanagil, in the second desert.
Okay. Yeah, there was a desert near Cantlin that had poltergeists, scorpions, metal scorpions, and they were all pretty safe and at least double-digit experience.
And there we go. Z takes out the Armored Knight, but then has to heal more because the Blue Dragon's being problematic. Gets away from that, gets the Princess.
Yeah, and he'll be out of there and done with this seed. Probably happy done with this seed, because even though he got some information early on, it just never kind of really came together for him. So he's on his way out, though, and he'll finish this up underneath 10 minutes from third place. Yeah, that second seed was definitely rough on the experience, but I guess at least the good news was you didn't need a ton of it because that Armored Knight did have hurt at least.
Yeah, the hurt saved me from death a couple times with exploring. I sure wasn't going to try and kill him without Hurtmore, at least not out on the world map.
Oh, goodness. So the official SRL time is 39 minutes and 7 seconds. So, yes, I guess officially he gets a gets a free second. because it was 10 minutes and 1 second after third place. Well,
Whatever.
39.06 officially.
His princess has a lovely corset. That's all that matters. That's 8 lovely corsets tonight.
It's a veritable fashion show. And we are joined by Z. A gallant effort here tonight.
Uh-huh.
GG's.
GG Guelph, GG Gig, Kig, GG Ursine if she's out there. Rye.
Well, why? Hello, Z. Yeah, they. I mean, yeah, it was a gallant effort. You definitely had some good exploring early, and you were close. You had information close, but yeah, it just couldn't really come together, especially in that second seed.
I couldn't find a good place to grind in that second seed, and I was too stubborn. That's what it came down to. I couldn't find any good place to grind. I knew exactly where everything was, and then I was just too stubborn to sit down in the 40s and 50s that weren't far from start, because I was convinced I was going to find a good grind spot somewhere.
It's funny because that was the conversation just a second ago as Guelph was asking, is there anything worth good experience out there? Like, no.
I mean, the wolves weren't bad, the scorpions weren't bad, but the problems with those was that wolves were in with red dragons, scorpions were in with OG red dragons.
Red dragons everywhere. Yay! No.
Yeah, basically.
I don't think I saw the red dragons.
They were jerks.
I mean, all they did was punch more, but I found them everywhere.
Wait, one of the seeds, I thought the second one they had sleep, or was that the first one?
Oh no, you're right. They had sleep in the first one. Sleep and then punch more in the second. In the second, it was sleep and punch more.
Yeah, I remember saying, like, fortunately enough to deal with them, and I was glad I didn't commentators curse that and put them on the spike tile or anything. I mean, I guess that's two things about these seeds where your spike tiles guarding your princesses weren't so bad. You had the golem with the fairy flute, and heal, which wasn't bad, and you had an armored knight with hurt. So at least the spike tiles were kind.
Well, the first spike tile was kind, if you had the fairy flute.
Right.
Which I, of course, did not. Yeah, so, I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I went back and grabbed that in the first seed after I died to the golem there.
Yeah, Keegless, we pointed out in chat after you passed on the fairy flute the first time and had to go back and get it. The second time when it was a throne room, we noticed you made sure to grab that thing just in case.
Yeah, learning.
Well, it only matters there happens to be a golem on the spike tile, right? It's just that was kind of unfortunate timing that a golem showed up when you passed on the fairy flute, because it could have easily been anything else and it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, but on new flags, there's no harm in having it because it takes a belt spot anyway. Flute and the death necklace, you can always take those.
Well, the trick is obviously to get the princess to take the death necklace. That's good.
That would actually be fun if you could do that.
I mean, I think you can, right? Technically, I think you could set up a goal, like in certain circumstances. You could set up like a chest glitch grind for, I don't know, Staves of Rain or something, and then pick up one death necklace. And I think you could technically do it, but it'd be complicated.
Yeah, I guess you can get multiple staffs, can't you? But not on these flags because there's no staff to get.
Well, right.
I haven't even looked what are next week's flags.
Next week's flags are Three's Company.
No lovely corsets for you guys.
No, it's open Sharlock, no hurt more, heal before heal more, and the Three's Company.
Okay. So no 20-minute races. Probably not.
And no, because the keys are going to be required again. Yeah, the permanent torch goes away. So now the difficulty level's gonna kind of go back upward.
Sounds good. I figure I'm going to need at least one more win and one more second place to make those playoffs. So I needed a win tonight to have a chance.
Speaking of, aside from me being last, what was the finish order for the week for this group?
So the finish order. So Guelph ended up taking first overall with 8 points. Ursine took second overall with 7. Kigalis third overall with 5, and Z-Man.
Yeah, you're good there. You don't have to say anything. You're good.
And Z-Man, yes. So yeah, 5, 3, 2, and 1 respectively for those names.
Well, if it makes you feel better, Lord of the Synth has a binary joke for you.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Yeah, we had the puns earlier, so now we're breaking out binary because it's that time of night.
It most certainly is. So I think we're going to go ahead and wrap things up from here. And from what I hear, we're going to be taking things over to the main Randomania network, where there's a Final Fantasy IV free enterprise Lally Ho League Tournament Swiss round going on. Gambit 017 versus Vitasia. And we have Night Dew 14 and Demarine on the call.
You mean Final Fantasy 100, right?
I don't know binary like that. I'll take your word for it. Yeah, this one's a little over 2 hours in and still going. That is correct. But any last thoughts before we send it on over to the main Randomania network?
Big thank you to all the restreamers and trackers to make this happen.
Yeah,
Glad we
thanks.
put on a good show for you.
Yeah, thanks to all the people doing the stuff behind the scenes, and GG to all the racers.
Make sure to give the racers a follow. Make sure to give the folks behind the scenes a follow. Lord of the Synth, our race streamer, Ali Gerbrap and Monsieur Slime, the trackers. And for my broadcast partner, Ryguy3745, I'm Ferran Burgundy, saying until next time, stay classy, my friends, and more importantly, stay safe. Good night, everyone.
All right.